Now, because Dylan isn't here, it means I'm going to have to talk through the bans myself and work it all out and do all that sort of stuff. So because the blue team, otherwise known as Apollo, are on defense, they will ban first. Let's see who they're going to ban. Now, on here, I always say I want to see a Maverick ban. Whether or not we're going to get that Maverick ban is another matter. They are thinking about it very, very carefully. Very, very carefully. Maverick Thatcher's obviously a common ban, but I personally much prefer the Maverick ban. Let's see what does come out. It's going to be Maverick. That's what I like to see. Maverick is just too hard to counter on that main CCTV wall. He is so powerful. There are people out there that say, he's easy to counter. Easy. Really? Really? He makes a hole. You can try and shoot him through the bottom of it, but if you've got someone rappelled up on the balcony looking through the hole, it's not quite so easy. Some say, just chuck a C4 out. Oh, yeah, it's as easy as that. He could have moved. Once you chuck that C4, that's it wasted. So I just think Maverick, too strong to leave in. Hibana is going to get taken out of play, which is an interesting ban. We didn't used to see this a lot, but on Clubhouse, it has become quite common. And it's a very sensible pick. That basement is so well protected once you take someone like Hibana out of the mix. And I wouldn't be surprised to also see Kaid being taken off the board. There's Valkyrie taken out of play. Great intel coming out from Valkyrie. So that is being taken away immediately by the boys and girls on Mutiny. No dirty cams hidden in the kitchen or anything like that. We're going to get Goyo taken out of play there by Apollo. And those are the bans that we've got tonight. Goyo bringing those extra shields to the party, just making sure that there isn't too much defensive utility for the defenders to sit behind. Okay. Right. So those are the bans. They're up on the screen. I've got them written down. We're going to start in Church and Arsenal, which makes perfect sense. If you've got Hibana out of the way, let's just get to Church and Arsenal and get that done and dusted. Primary site for Apollo is going to be Church and Arsenal. We haven't seen Apollo playing this map this season. In fact, we haven't seen Clubhouse played at all this season, I don't believe. We've seen Oregon twice, we've seen Cafe, and we've seen Villa, I believe, was the other map that we saw play last week. So no Clubhouse just yet. Let's take a look at some stats for this map while we're waiting for things to get going. As we go downstairs to Church and Arsenal, we can see that it's got a 53% attacking favor. So you'd kind of expect Mutiny to possibly take the win here, but we'll soon see. We'll soon see. I'm just going to turn my microphone. No, I'm not actually. I'm going to leave it where it is. I'm going to leave my microphone where it is. All right. So we are going to have RD9Z running up. He's going to be responsible for reinforcing the dirt tunnel. Slams is going to be reinforcing the hatches. Jay got booted, opening up the rotations, playing on that smoke. Ulysses, this is his first game here. His first game in the season. In fact, his first game in these leagues. So I do like to welcome new players into the league. So welcome to H8 Ulysses there, who was, I think, a late joiner for the team. Was a late joiner. And we've got Cam CG playing on mute. He's going to be stopping all of those drones and a lot of this utility. Now we can see here that this church wall has not been reinforced just yet. Bit of a delay getting that done, but the boys are going to do that now. Slams is going to be holding this main staircase, coming down to join his teammates, as that church wall is now reinforced. And that signal jammer is not going to stop every bit of utility. You'll still be able to open up a little hole here by Black Box. So not the best placement or use of the signal jammers there coming out from the defense, but let's see how it's going to play out. Let's see how it plays out. It might work. It might work. Depends on how flustered Mutiny are going to get. Now, as we look at the lineup for Mutiny, we've got the full MBY squad this week, except for Shax letting the side down hugely. As Sledge opens up the hole and he sees, or does he? MYR, I don't think actually noticed Doc sitting there underneath him. RD9Z's just sitting with a shotgun and waiting. Sledge literally opened the hole, didn't spot him. Buck is spotted. It takes a while there for RD9Z to see Buck. As it just takes him down. No. Are these guys playing with their eyes open tonight? Really? Drones are going out all over the place. As that hard breach round from Buck does get placed onto something. I'm guessing it was onto the hatch. Now we are going to see Jay got booted, get spotted there as he runs away. That wasn't Jay, it was Cam's actually sitting here in sight. Oh, just behind the hatch. This is a little bit stressful. These players just not seeing what's going on. Now, in terms of utility, to open up this hatch here in the kitchen, we have Thatcher in play. One EMP is going to go down, and Shax is going to be responsible for opening up this church wall. That kitchen hatch is going to remain closed, and the Selmas are going to be used to open up church. They can push in and get a plant in behind Black Box or behind Bar. All three panels have been opened up as Slams is going to be playing right here by Bomb. He is going to aggressively peek the bottom of that staircase. He's going to take the shots, but he's not going to hit them. Shax, though, does hit what he shoots at, and that is now a 5 versus 3 as drones are going into sight to try and find where the rest of these defenders are. Cam sees the player at the bottom of the stairs just too late. He opens fire but does no damage as MYR takes down another one. Ulysses sees no one because of his gun sight, and MYR takes down Cams, and that's a flawless round for Mutiny. What an opening round there. That wasn't good for Apollo. It wasn't good for Apollo. Mutiny had their failings. You know, they opened holes in the floor. They didn't see things. Yet somehow they got away with it, and Apollo just fell. We can see everyone except Ol, who I believe is Names. We've got MYR, Azza, Shax, LZ, and Names. I'm pretty sure that's who Ol and L are. I don't know, guys. Give me names that I know. Church and Arsenal is going to get played again by Apollo. They've decided that they can probably win it. They just need to maybe tweak a couple of things. They have brought Ulysses out onto Malusi, though, instead of someone else, instead of who they had previously. Who did they have before? So they have Mutes. He's been swapped out. Cams is now playing Maestro instead of the Mute. And we've got Smoke being brought into play. Sorry, Smoke has been left behind, and he's been replaced by Malusi. Jay got booted playing Smoke previously. He's now going to be on the Mute instead of the Smoke. RD9Z switching it up onto Jaeger, with Slams being the only one staying on the exact same operator that he played in the last round. Very similar lineup coming out here. That was my stick drift there, just moving us along. I've got some stick drift on this Elite. I need to fix that. Similar setup likely coming out, but with different utility, as we do have two different operators, like I say, when it comes to Maestro and Malusi. Malusi will be good for stopping the rushes, stopping the aggressive pushes. Not quite as powerful as she used to be. We all know she's had that nerf now, where when you get close enough, the Banshee just opens up and allows you to shoot the inside of it. Great for defenders. Great for attackers, rather, not defenders. Great for the attackers. Not so good for defenders. Makes it a little bit less powerful, but still an effective piece of utility, as Ol takes down Slams immediately, as it looked like he was having a cheeky little peek out of the window from Billiards there. It looked like the players up above making a sweep here from the gym side. Probably spotted him on cams, gave Ol the information, and managed to take him down. Mutiny doing a classic take here, cleaning out this side of the top floor and then shutting it down as they start to move in. L at the top of the east stairs, making his way down that way. They know they've got top floor control. They now just need to take control of the rest of the map. They've got first floor control. They just need to get into the basement. Got Cams and RD9Z very much exposed under the kitchen. They will move out as Buck starts to do damage up above, which is what Azza is coming in to do right now. Azza, Aza, however you choose to pronounce it. We see something there on the wall, look like an ADS. It'd be good if Azza could take that out of play, but he's not going to. He's going to spot the Maestro just a little bit too late. He's going to try to come back for the pick, but he's not going to get it. He's going to open up more holes. That's going to expose Maestro, who does take a load of damage, but Azza doesn't take some in return as he tries to back out. Oh, looking for some players through those holes created by his teammate, but he isn't going to find any just yet. Going to watch that default rotation as L gives the red pings on his cams. Ash not aggressively pushing, instead leaving it to the teammates as Church Wall starts to get opened by Shax, playing that hard reach again with MYR. Coming up to Moto, and he is going to fire out any player that might be by the doorway. There's no one there. He knows it's going to be safe to drop. He's not going to get peeked from up close, but we do have Mute with that shotgun just laid here, right by the doorway, waiting for this player to push in, and he might just get a free pick here if MYR's not careful. MYR turns away, and Jay got booted, does manage to take him down. That's the early kill there for Apollo. as Azza takes down one. Jacob Booty goes down, leaving Ulysses all on his Jack Jones. He's going to get into a gunfight with one, but he's hardly going to hit any of his shots as LZ comes down. That just cleans it right up there, and that's another round on the board for Mutiny. That's an early 2-round deficit going to Apollo, as they are now going to switch it up and go to CCTV. I've just realized that my replays are not running. So, 2 wins in a row for the attack on a side that's only supposed to be won one time out of every 2 times it's played. Pretty much, if you round numbers up. Let's take a look at those stats yet again. As we can see, 53% attacking favored for that site, so it shouldn't really have gone to Mutiny quite so much. CCTV and cash now, secondary site, 51% attacking favored. So based on what we've seen so far, we can probably expect Mutiny to win this one. Cams, likely to be bandit tricking. Thatcher is in play, so bandit tricking is very effective here, and this is why personally, I prefer the Maverick ban on this map as opposed to the Thatcher ban. When you've got Maverick, you just come up, open it up, open the wall, and that's it, job done. You can get this wall open in 30 seconds, 45 seconds max, if you do it well. However, with the Thatcher, you have to be a lot more coordinated as the attacking team. You can very easily bandit trick. Now, you can shut the bandit down from below with an Ash or Sophia coming in and opening up the floor right below him, or maybe even possibly taking out the Capital from this window here. But still, it's very, very effective. We do have Kaid in play, so it's very interesting that we haven't seen Kaid coming out here. Because Kaid, you can put his Electro Claws in very impenetrable positions, but you still, of course, have the factor that Thatcher's on the board, and wherever you put those Electro Claws, the EMPs will still take them down. So I do prefer bandit tricking on this site as a pre-firing through the window, just hoping for the kill. There is no one there. Yet again, we are seeing a take coming over here from the west side of the map. That is the jacuzzi balcony coming into Jim. Legion is going to get found as he backs his way out to logistics, going to make his way into bedroom. Not sure if he took down that drone. We can see that there are 9 drones left on the board for the attack. There's one going to spot Legion again. We've got a melee hole being opened up here in the gym, it sounded like. But it isn't going to be capitalized on as Ulysses does make his way back into construction, and he does drop down to the ground floor and lives to fight another day. LZ is going to place that Claymore at the top of the staircase, which is going to stop any rotate from Ulysses. As long as he spots it, he will be able to shoot it out. It is in a very shootable position. In fact, you don't even need to shoot it. You could just walk past it right at the edge there, I feel. I think he could just stealth his way past it. Shax now has control of construction, but he does take the damage. He's going to start trying to open that wall, but the signal jammer is going to stop it, and the EMP grenade is going to stop the signal jammer. Second. Oh, an impact trick is going to deny that Selma, as the second Selma does go out. Ulysses manages to pick up a kill. At long last, it looks like Apollo have taken a lead. I lie though, that is actually the second kill for Ulysses. He's one of the only 2 players on his team to have kills to his name. Not where you want to be if you're Apollo. We've got Azza still playing Buck down below, doing some damage from underneath to push the defense out of this site so that they can make their way up east stairs, push their way in through the rotate, and possibly get a plant if they can't make it through this wall. And it looks like this wall has been forgotten. They are going to go for a cheeky little plant right here in the corners. Jay got booted. Is going to try to stop it, but MYR is going to come in and just shoot him down with that M249. Slams is the last player standing. He is going to slam MYR into next week. But LZ and Shax's post-plant situation, 2 versus 1, they just need to fall back and make sure that Slams cannot get close enough to this diffuser to stick it. We spot the little head through the window there. Slams are going to pre-fire it, but the player on the window has already moved. That is Shax, with LZ sitting right here in construction, waiting for Slams to come through that rotate. And he is making his way up there now, checking the window. It's safe for him to move away from this window. Oh, he's going to take down LZ. He needs to stick that defuse. He's only got 10 seconds to get 1 kill and hit it. Even if he gets that kill now, he's not going to get the diffuser in time, and that is it. It is a round to Mutiny. Pre-fires go out. He does manage to down Shax. He's going to go for the KD, but he's not going to get it. He's not going to get the KD. No chance of hitting the diffuser, but he could still have added a 1 to that KD, but he didn't manage it, unfortunately. A much better round from Apollo. Still abysmal, Don't get me wrong, but much better. Finally, we see them starting to get close. But well played to Mutiny. They held it together there. Obviously, CCTV, a much better sight for Apollo, and it explains why they're going to go back there. They almost had it. In all honesty, I feel like if Jason hadn't have missed his early shots onto the planter, he peeked around the doorway. It looked like he had a shot from above. We didn't see it from his perspective, but from above, it looked like he had the shot onto the player that was planting. But it looked like kind of he probably missed it or something, and then backed out, then came back. But unfortunately, by that time, for him at least, Capitao had already moved in, being played by MYR, and that just completely managed to shut down the second attempt that was coming out from Jay. So an unfortunate one there, an unfortunate one. I think that could have been round defining for Apollo if he'd have managed to get that kill, but it is what it is. We move on. Cams is gonna play as a Goyo now, not Goyo, he's banned Oryx. RD9Z gonna be playing here on the Legion. Be running around, just shooting, pre-firing all the stuff. His sensitivity, ridiculously high. We love to see it. All right. So, 5 versus 5, 10 seconds into the round. As MYR is going to make his way up, and this is the common take here from the attackers. They come in through Jacuzzi and open it up. This time, we do have this being protected quite heavily. Drone from MYR is going to spot Ulysses, but that drone is going to get shut down, leaving us with just 5 drones in play. Not great drone economy, certainly not compared to the last round from Mutiny on this one, as they only have 5 left available to use. Not exactly where they want to be. Ol is going to come around, drop that EMP grenade, and that's going to force Ace, or in fact, probably Azza, to use up the single hard-reaching round. Oh, and Azza does take down RD9Z. What a play there from Azza. It's actually MYR's hard breach round opening up this Jacuzzi wall. Great use of utility. Oh, and as he tries to make his way in, Cams is just standing here in the gym, just waiting. These drones sitting around, and they didn't spot him. They didn't spot him. That one spots him, but it's a little bit too late. You've already lost a player. Cam's playing on Oryx here, just scraping from side to side, keeping these attackers guessing, but the drones are going to keep spotting him, and he's going to keep shooting them, and he's going to pre-fire that doorway perfectly and get the double kill. That's LZ taken out of play. Well played to RD, sorry, well played to Cams. I'd just like to call it as well. RD9Z watching default Cams there, giving calls to his teammates. That's what we like to see. It's something we haven't seen much so far in TXB Pro, is teammates watching flank cams or defaults. We see them mostly watching other teammates. Now, Apollo, 4-2 up, very firmly in control of this round. But then, Ol comes in, manages to take down Ulysses and make his way up the gym, bedroom, staircase. Now, the attackers have hardly made it anywhere near sight. Hardly anywhere near sight. As Ol is going to make his way back around and try to silently make his way in here through to Stocks, and he does make it. Shaq's up on the roof, dropping down, wanting to open up this main wall, but it is still electrified. He's not going to be able to open it up with those 2 bandit batteries there, and he's got 35 seconds to go. He's reliant on MBY Ol from down below, who has 1 EMP grenade left in his pocket, but he isn't going to use it to allow his teammate to open up this wall and gain access. Shax has diffuser. They are going to have to get kills. There's no way Shax is planting. They have to get kills. Ol has made his way up the staircase, unbeknownst to the defenders. But that wall is sealed, and he can't get in there because he has no breaching round. Shax does claim 1 life. It's a 2 versus 2. Shax outside still can't do anything. Ol has to move his way in. He does manage to claim 1 kill, but Slams is there waiting. He manages to get the pick. That wall starts to get opened as that bandit battery is taken out of play, but the wall isn't going to get opened up in time, and that is terrible teamwork from Mutiny. Absolutely terrible teamwork from Mutiny. You had Thatcher down below, all on his own, unchallenged, even if he didn't want to chuck out an EMP grenade. Which, let's face it, if he chucked it from below, it probably wouldn't have worked. But he could have ducked outside, blue window, just chucked it up or something, and he could have made it, he could have done something. He could have chucked it through the garage window to take it out from the other side. That would have given us away his position, though, which obviously he didn't want to do, which is why he didn't do it. Now, Church and Arsenal is going to get played again. That's the first round being won by the defense. Force Rocker, having a spot owned by a player isn't necessarily worthless, because the point is, if you build up a team, it's a pain in the butt when someone takes it away from you, as you know full well, Force Rocker. So it's put in place to make sure that the owner was at least slightly protected. If all of the team don't want to play with him, then so be it. Then so be it. But if he can make 2 out of 5 people stay with him, then he gets to keep it. Whereas with a collective, anybody can get chucked out. Doesn't matter. Anyone. So it's not completely worthless. It just applies a little bit extra protection to the team owner. Alright, so as we get started, again, attack coming in from the same place as usual, taking control of the west side before they start really pushing over to the east side. That's 2 players are going to be doing that anyway. Now over here on the east side we have Shax and L, but the site is of course downstairs because it has become unlocked, and that's exactly where Apollo are going to go to. They can't go back to CCTV. What's going on? Bear with me for a second, stream. Bear with me for a second. Now it looks like we've got an aggressive push coming out here from Mutiny. They are just making their way towards site. Only one player is going to fall, as Ol is going to claim a life. 2 versus 4, and Mutiny already have control of site. This is unexpected by Apollo completely. Cam's upstairs all on his own. Not really much he can do. He knows there's a player out there. He is just going to pre-fire it with a hip fire. He is going to manage to take down 1. 3 versus 1 though. Plant is going down. It's not going to get denied. Cam's with a 3v1 post plant. It's looking like this is going to be a Mutiny round, as all of Cam's teammates' eyes are on him, trying to see what he's going to be able to do. He can't drop the hatch because it's not open. Instead, he's just going to run outside and find the rotate here, or the hole at least, not the rotate, the breach here at the end of Dirt Tunnel. Will he be able to pick up any kills? Now the attackers know exactly where it's coming from. And Ol is going to claim that life with the L8, who does come in right from behind him, using that Go 4 charm. There we go, shots in the back, taking him down. Easy round there to Mutiny. Easy round. Well played. Obviously they spotted a flaw in the defense, and they decided to exploit it. And exploit it well, they did. Now Apollo, last round of the first half, they're going to go to gym and bedroom. They're going to try something different. What is happening? Right, so gym and bedroom is going to get played. We do have the 6 pick from Malusi to Legion, and the 6 pick from Sledge over to Twitch. Something a little bit different coming out here from the attack. Castle being played by Cam's unusual. Normally we'd expect the likes of Jay Got Booted to play Castle. He's known for playing Castle, but he's not playing him this time. That's absolutely fine. That's going to go to Cam's instead. Let's see what he will be able to do with that operator. Now, obviously, Castle is a bit of a giveaway for this site. It's the site that most people will bring Castle to, and expect to see maybe this window castled up, this window castled, and maybe a castle barricade on this doorway right here, or onto logistics. But let's see what the setup is that we're going to get. We are going to get an extended hold over here into cash, which is very, very common. There is that other castle barricade going up. He still has one in the... No, he has used them all. So where is that third and final one? It's not here. We've got one on each window over here. Where's that other castle barricade? You know what? I can't see it anywhere. Oh, no. I've already spotted that one. Where is it? Well, I don't know. Interesting. Interesting how it's been played. I mean, I could be just being blind, but I can't see it anywhere. All I see is 1, 2. I don't see 3, but that's okay. Now, L here, opening up this wall. It's an extended hold, but they haven't managed to lock down that CCTV wall, which they could have done. They have enough. They have enough reinforcements to do it. Jay got booted. Is going to take down Azza. That's the early pick. That is Twitch being taken out of play. Those drones very, very useful. So it's a shame to lose those so early on, as we now see the attack has control of the garage and CCTV. Nice Claymore being placed there by MYR in case of the late rotate. Oh, and NBYL takes down Ulysses. Great pick there from him, evening things out. 4 versus 4. Castle Barricade is going to get taken down with that Ash breaching round, leaving no more in her pocket because she's only got 2 now. She doesn't have 3 anymore. MYR has been downed and he is going to get revived and picked back up with 20 HP. Window of Jim is open, pre-fires go out, but Jay got booted is going to very carefully go to peek it and then back out when he sees that gunfire. Cam's playing down below. Could be the savior, but he's not going to know about that Claymore behind that window, and I believe that's probably likely to trip him up. 4 versus 3, 3 versus 3 now, as we do see Cams on that rotate, and I think Cams is likely to go down because no one's going to know about that Claymore behind the wall, or behind the window rather. Let's watch it from up above. Shax has control of Cash. He's going to move out here. MYR is in the room with him. Claymore still there. Cam's getting ready to jump in. He knows he's got some free kills here. Will he be able to shoot MYR through the hole in the wall? That's the question. Or will he just jump out? Oh, he's waiting. MYR's not going to expose himself. Cam's waiting for the right time. 2 players on window. MYR sneaking his way in, snaking his way in, but he gets taken down. Cams jumps in. Cams goes down. Most unfortunate. 2 versus 2. As Ol takes down Jay got booted. 1 versus 2. Slams last man standing. He comes round to 90, but it is being peeked by Ol. He knows exactly where that player is likely to come from, and he does get that pick, putting another round on the board for Apollo. Sorry, for Mutiny. We got to say that at the moment, things aren't shaping up well for Apollo. This is most unfortunate. Cams is wham, eh? Cams is wham. Force Rocker, yeah, so it didn't protect Merxy as everyone wanted him out. Yeah, it didn't protect him because everyone wanted him out. If he'd managed to convince 2 people to stay with him, the spot would have been his. He couldn't have been overthrown as his position as leader. And that's why that last season we had it so that the owner had sole ownership. Even if everyone was against him, he could just throw out everyone and replace everyone in his team. But as it worked out through the season, it felt like that wasn't... We saw Redo make that change with Mystic. They brought in a completely new team, and it didn't really seem fair to some that an owner had that power to just switch out every single player and make it a completely different lineup. So reintroduce the 3-man rule, especially to switch between seasons as well, to make sure that you didn't come in. Because with Mystic, if we'd have kept the rule in place, Mystic could have just completely disbanded and brought in another 8 players for this season that didn't earn it, and it wouldn't have been right. So a change was needed. It's still there to protect that owner if they can still keep 2 players on their side. But let's face it, if you get to a point where that player isn't wanted by any single teammate, then maybe they shouldn't have the spot anyway. I don't know. I'm not one to judge, you know, Merxy and his team. It is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, enough of me waffling on about that. Bear with me for a second. All right, L takes down the early pick.
Target located. Garage.
As RD9Z is going to be holding this angle with Cams playing on the Monty now. We saw Cams play Monty last season. He's walking his way into Garage. Did he spot the player over there on the right? Down, and I'm not sure if he did. Now, I'm guessing there's a frost mat behind this shield. Yes, there is. So if Cams tries to jump over it, he's going to go down, but he does see it, and he is going to take it out. RD9Z does get that pick. Cams is going to re-extend that shield and get ready to make his way over it. Over the other shield, that is, rather. Candelas go out. That is going to blind Jaeger. He's going to have to run back up these stairs and run up those stairs. He does. He makes it up to the top floor. Doesn't get blinded. That's Shax playing at the top of East now. 4 versus 3. Cams holding on the staircase. With Ulysses in sight. Old takes down 1, but quick refrag there from Slams leaves us in a 3 versus 2. And Apollo, for the second time in this matchup, do have a bit of control. 1 smoke grenade does go out. That is going to take down the player on Monty. Great play there from Ol as he forces the play from Cams and he gets shot in the back as he tries to jump out. Ulysses makes his way up that staircase. No gas grenades left in the pocket of smoke. Ulysses is going to be able to walk his way along here and attack from this window that has been opened up. But they don't know that he's there. They do now that he's given his position away. Shax playing at the top of East. Ol playing here in cash. Slams playing down below, waiting for the player to come through that rotate. But Shax might not do it. This could just be a stalemate. Drone goes out. Oh, and he's well baited by Ulysses, leaving it a 2 versus 1. Shax all on his own up here. Slam still down below. Oh, but he's moved out of position. If he'd have stayed under that rotate, he would have had a free kill onto Shax. Most unfortunate for Apollo, but they could still do this. Slams is at full health. Ulysses just needs to be licked by Kitten, and he will die. Shax going to come out now. He's going to pre-fire every possible angle that he can think of. 1 player out on the balcony, waiting for Shax to show his face. Ulysses has diffuser. What is he doing? He knows he can't jump in the window. He's going to open up the wall. This is a sensible play from Ulysses. He can now come in and plant. Shax is locked in position. He's going to have to either go back to the rotate or push. But Slams is holding that from outside. Shax comes round. Bullets are missed. Diffuser is dropped. Shax gets that kill. It's now all on Slams to push in aggressively. But he can't make his way in because the hole in the wall isn't big enough. And Apollo fall foul of the same issue that Mutiny had in a previous round, where that wall just wasn't open enough, leaving a player trapped out there completely. Oh. And that puts a round on the board for Mutiny as they go 6-1 up. Wow. So that was CCTV. Okay, our first win based on time. Church and Arsenal's going to get played next. Just going to pause for a second stream. We will be with you in a moment. Bear with me. Okay, while we're waiting for that, we can talk about that round a little bit. It was, like I say, unfortunate for Apollo that they got stuck outside, just like what has happened to Mutiny in a previous round. Sorry, we're stopping because we're doing some admin stuff. That has been now resolved, so we're going to start again. All right, let me just let the teams know. Restarting. There we go. All right. So this is the kind of stuff that Dylan would be here to help me with. But no. All right. All good. We are going again. So, yeah. Apollo fell foul to the same issue that was had by Mutiny. And they just couldn't get in. They just couldn't get in. And it's twice we've seen it happen. And these teams need to learn to work together a bit, use their utility a bit more, and not leave themselves stuck out in the cold like that. Literally out in the cold. As we are going to see Church and Arsenal get played. Now, we can here see Mutiny on match point. Apollo desperately need to do some work. We got Cams back on the Monty. Now, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Cams pushing his way down dirt as Monty for this take. We saw this happening with Apollo in the last season. In their game to avoid automatic relegation, funny enough. They did this strat where they brought Monty, took him down dirt tunnel and tried to push in that way. I don't think it worked for them. I don't think it worked, if I remember rightly. Cam's got a little bit overly aggressive. So let's see if that's what's going to happen this time. We can see that, yeah, Cams and Ulysses have spawned over here. But of course, they're going to have to wait for a hard breacher to come around and open up this wall for them if they want to make that push. So again, not the greatest of teamwork coming out from Apollo here, because their hard breach is all the way over here on the other side. When they saw it was Church and Arsenal, you would have expected Ace to possibly spawn or switch his spawns over there to Church and Arsenal or to Dirt Tunnel to get it open. But they didn't do it. They didn't do it. Cams is already in. How did they hard breach round? That's why I need to look at the utility being bought. I forgot that Monty has the hard breach round. There you go. Apollo taking 2XB to school. Well played, Apollo. Gas grenade is going to go out. 4 versus 5 as MBYO is going to take a fair bit of damage. Another gas grenade is going out into Dirt Tunnel as Ol is going to be facing off 1v1 against Slams over here. But it looks like one of his teammates is coming over to join him. We've got Jay got booted backing him up. We've got Ulysses coming over here from the other side. And they need to start converging onto MBYO. I'm just going to call him Ol, who is over here. If I remember, it's names. I'm going to call him names. I've got to try and remember that. He is on cams. Slams pushing his way through. He is going to back out as the drones are going to go out to try to find Names, who does sound like he shoots out a drone. Slams has an idea. No, he doesn't know where he is. They got no idea. They're desperately trying to find Names. He's sitting just here behind a corner as they try to push onto him. Ulysses pre-firing, trying to get that pick. Slams are going to push in. But the MYR flank, the snaky plays from MYR, gets the cheeky kill from behind. He gets another kill onto Jay got booted, but he is reprepped by Ulysses. And all of a sudden, Ulysses is the last man standing in a 1 versus 3. It looks like we are going to see Apollo take another 7-1 loss here in this league. Unless Ulysses can do an incredible clutch. He manages to get 1 kill. He is right by the diffuser. Going to make his way to the blue stairs. Going to pre-fire it as he sees the face of Wamai just poking around, waiting to get the pick. Skinny little angle being held by LZ as he holds it. Thatcher with that little hat on his head, just waiting to peek out. LZ wants to shoot it right off. Shax backing up his teammate. Ulysses stuck here between a Shax and an LZ. Impact goes out. Not very much damage onto Ulysses, but he is on 30 health. He doesn't know that no one's flanking him. He's going to get on that drone, but is being stopped by a Mozzie Pest. Nothing he can do. He sees the elbow of LZ and he opens fire, but he doesn't manage to do enough. Shax just teabagging behind the air conditioning unit. LZ takes a whole load more damage as Shax moves around to the other side, waiting for the cheeky pick. As the player, Ulysses, comes down that staircase, EMP is going to go out in case there's anything down here that would hurt him, but there are no trap operators in play. Ulysses starting to push, pre-fires, doesn't manage to do any damage. Shax, though, standing here behind that unit, does manage to get the kill. And we see another 7-1 going against Apollo. Most unfortunate there for them. And that's, as they say, is that. GG to both teams, but an unfortunate one for Apollo. Very unfortunate. All right, let's head back to the intermission. Now, that game finished